Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. Are you ready to meet the real Sheepsquatch? Yes, that's true. There is a new fresh event called Free Range where you can find two real Sheepsquatch. They are very dangerous and difficult to kill, so let's get started. I know that the real Sheepsquatch has been in the game for a while now. You can find it in special or rare encounters across the world, but this time it's not an encounter or a spawn, it's actually a real event, a new one that just came out, I think today, because I haven't seen it yesterday or in any day before today. And I saw some videos coming out a few hours ago, so I'm pretty sure that the event came out with the news about the Pioneer Scouts. So maybe this event is a bit related to what's coming next, who knows? But let's check how can you do the event. To start with, you need to keep an eye in a certain part of the map. So the event usually starts here, near the Big Fred's barbecue shack, and then you have to go north towards the Beckwith Farm. That's where the Brahmins will go naturally, and that's where you have to follow as well. Now, as every other event, it will not be always up. You need to server jump if you really want to do this event. So I had to do this quite a few times until I find my first event, and then again multiple server jumps to find it again. I don't know if there's any pattern for it to spawn, maybe after you do the main event with the imposter Sheepsquatch. Because one time we finished this event and then right after it ended, the free range started. I'm not sure if it's a coincidence, maybe it's not. Anyway, the Brahmins will walk their path. As I said, it's from here towards the Beckwith Farm. They are quite slow, and across the way you will find several hostiles. Normally they are wild animals such as wolves or blood bugs. In other words, nothing too serious or dangerous that you should be concerned of. You just need to clear the path and make sure that your Brahmins don't die. I'm not sure how much does it affect your mission, if it fails or if it reduces the chances of getting legendary sheepsquatches or even your rewards at the end of the event, but it's best to keep them alive and healthy. You know, better safe than sorry, and we know as a matter of fact that in other events like the Fashnak one, if you failed or if the robots died, your rewards would be not as good as if you protected them and ended up the event with every robot alive. So in here it might be the same thing, I suspect, so I will keep an eye on my Brahmins and ensure they live a long life to the farm. Anyhow, the Brahmins will need your protection. They seem to know their way back to the farm. It's like they have a GPS or something like. They will never get lost. I've done this 4 times now and they always do the same path towards the farm. But sometimes they are a little bit slow, and there is usually one that is, behind, but they will find their way no matter what happens. At least so far, none got stuck or glitched or, taking a different path. It never happened. It doesn't mean it cannot happen to you, Bethesda stuff. There are so many bugs in this game that almost everything is possible at this point. But keep in mind that this event is a bit difficult to solo. I'm not saying it is impossible to do if you are alone, but I do not recommend you to try this solo because you will probably need to use many steam packs and tactics strategy to actually kill the sheepsquatches. They are a bit difficult to kill. But if you are in a team or with a lot of people, which was my case here, they will go down very fast and you won't have any issues to kill them. On the other hand, if you are solo, I am very sure you will have some issues. They don't hit that hard, you will be able to tank some hits, but they have a lot of HP, and if you are using a shotgun, for example, with explosive damage, you will have a hard time to stand back and hit them. They are a little bit like Deathclaws, but not with so much damage, I think. Anyway, when your Brahmins reach the farm, action will begin. The first sheepsquatch will spawn at the very back of the farm, near the cars. Mine already exploded. And it can be a legendary. Now, it's not always or 100% legendary, but it has a high chance. Both of them have a high chance to be legendaries. Now, this one doesn't seem to drop legendary items that often, but the second one usually does. So whenever he was legendary for me, the second one, he dropped a legendary item, which is very handy for me. He's also a boss, so I think he has an increased chance to be a legendary. But again, it doesn't mean that your event will spawn 1 or 2 legendaries. I did one event where the both were just normal hostiles. They weren't legendary, sadly for me. So at least I have that tested out, which is great. Let's move on to the rewards. So when you finish the event, you will notice that some new plants are now in the game. They are mostly weapons and some foods. Now the foods, I already have them somehow, but the weapons I don't. And so far I got 2 different weapon plants, the club and the crook. They are not so difficult to craft. However, make sure to pick up the strange items that the sheepsquatch drops, like bones or horns, because you will need them to craft the new weapons. Now, I know there are some more, like a staff. I will show you in a little bit. Now, this is my second run of the event, and as you can see, we were only 3 people, and I'm making this a little faster for you. And the sheepsquatch took its time to die. And this is when I got the plan for the sheepsquatch Crook. Beautiful plants. Now, I must say that some of the weapons look really badass, like it gives me a vibe from Elder Scrolls. Just don't forget to learn them, otherwise you won't see anything to craft in your workbench. And to prove you that the sheepsquatch have a chance to not be legendary, both of them, here is one of my runs where none of them were legendaries. Damn it! I was actually a bit upset when this happened, but it's a confirmation that they are not 100% legendaries every time. And to give you an idea what you need to craft these new weapons, I'm going to show you the 2 plants I got so far. And the crook is very easy to craft. You only need some wood and steel, but the club you need the horns. I believe the staff you need the horns and something else. I'm not sure what because I didn't get the plan yet, but yeah, there's a use for everything that drops in this game, so I'm sure there are plans for everything that you see the sheepsquatch dropping. This is how the sheepsquatch crook looks like. It's very small in my opinion. It kind of looks like a crook from Christmas, it's just brown. You know, the real life ones are much taller and bigger, but well, it's what we have. And this is the club. It actually looks really good. Too bad the damage is nothing impressive, but it does look badass and I wish I could use it from now on. Too bad my dagger and sledgehammer still do more damage. And to finish, I have this guy with the staff. I do not have the plan yet, but at least I know that the staff exists. It's really large and the horned part is huge. It looks even better than the club. But again, damage-wise, I don't think it's better than any of the weapons we are currently using. That's going to be everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it because I surely did to find the event and share with you what I have tested out so far. I wish you like to find many free-range events with Sheepsquatch legendaries all over the place. Until then, I am Marta Branco. Thank you so much for watching. If you are not subscribed yet and you enjoyed the content, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps me a lot and I will be very grateful if you can do so. And that's going to be all. See you in the next video. Bye bye!